Hello and welcome to Nick V Uncensored. Today we've got Patty Greer, and today we're going to be talking about brain health, the politics around that, and Bobby Kennedy removing thousands of ingredients from the shelves that we need to be addressing, that's been in our systems for so long, which is keeping us suppressed and the pineal gland asleep. But just before we begin, I want to put a disclaimer out there that because we're back on YouTube, I want to say that this everything we say is for entertainment and educational purposes, and to do your own research. We're not giving health advice, and we're just exploring with our opinions and again to do your own research. Patty, thank you so much for joining me. How are you, and what have you been up to?
It's great to see you. You look amazing as always. Of course, you're in your 30s. You
Well,
better.
I'm doing amazing because of the C60 Evo, this organic, great, spicy edge olive oil, and I put it in my salad. I have a teaspoon of this every day and every night, and it keeps my face glowing. And I'm Greek, and I love my olives as well. And yeah, I love the olive oil. I know you've got a few like the avocado and others, but for me, I opt in for the olive oil. It just resonates with my roots, with my Greek roots.
It also, of all of the oils that you'll find on the market, holds more C60, or in our case, ESS60, which is pure carbon 60, than any other oil on the market. So, olive oil comes in many forms, and a lot of people are talking about how great it is that, the reason to eat food is to eat olive oil, they say. But there are fancy restaurants you go to, Italian, and they put the olive oil on your salad and ask if you want them to grind a little pepper. And the reason is they use cheap olive oil. We don't. Our olive oil actually comes from Tunisia. It comes from a farm in Tunisia that grows it especially for high quality, expensive olive oil. And I don't say expensive, I just mean not mixed at Costco, for Costco. This is That's how we roll, and that's how we make our products. And this number one that won the Nobel Prize, the molecule with the olive oil, has been tested in almost every peer-reviewed test. They've used the oil from our lab with the ESS 60, which is pure C60, and the olive oil because it's so strong.
Tell me about the molecule that you're talking about, because you've done trials on rats, how they lived 1.5 times longer, I believe. If you just
No, it was almost twice as long. Again, we supplied the oil. It was our olive oil formula, which has two ingredients: olive oil and ESS 60, the molecule that we make in our lab. And we are the only lab in the world making ESS 60 for people and pets, but we also make what a couple other labs, I think there's only two or three in the world right now making C60, but most of them are making it for industrial grade, which is ink, batteries, tires, photocells, C60, carbon fullerenes. We make both the industrial grade, but we also are the only lab making the pure stuff for people and pets. And ESS 60 stands for elemental safe. The word safe is important. Spheres with 60 carbon atoms. And what it's doing when it goes into the human body is it's blazing through you like a detox roto-rooter. And all of the toxins are pulled out of your mitochondria. I shouldn't say all, but a large quantity of the toxicity in your body sits in the mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of every cell. And all through the body, we have mitochondria in every cell, 50 to 5,000 in most bodily cells. Blood has none, but the brain has 2 million mitochondria per cell, which is massive. And the pineal gland, which is our connection to God's spirit, our higher self, has somewhere in between 5,000 and 2 million mitochondria. So when you've got this powerhouse that's being cleansed with a simple spoonful in the morning. I only do mine in the morning because it gives me so much energy that if I do it at 3 o'clock or later, I don't sleep well. Which reminds me, I have a spoon and a bottle. And I'm ready for a shot of Evo. How about you?
Yes, I am. I've got it right here. Let's do this.
All
I don't have
right.
a
I'm
spoon
going with a
though.
spoon. You're just going straight out of the bottle. And anybody in the audience, please join us. Cheers.
It is really good. I love it.
Mm.
Organic extra virgin olive oil with ESS 60. It's really good.
Few
Um,
ingredients.
sorry. So tell me about Bobby Kennedy. You know, give me the updates. What's going on? What's the updates? I want to hear it.
God bless him. God bless Bobby. We have sent 3 collection sets of all of our oils to Bobby. The first one, not sure if it got to him because it had to be blessed in a Catholic church. So, my connection, the liaison between Bobby and myself, is my friend Amanda. She had them bless the next 2 collections, and I've been sending him bottles of Evo since he was running for president. I've got like every kind of tchotchke from Bobby Kennedy's tour when he was planning to be president. And again, we knew that Trump probably held the power, but what a great evolution that Bobby is doing what he came here to do, which is to clean up the medical system. When I watch the congressional hearings and Bobby's talking with some of these Democrat sanctuary city people and they're going, you have no experience, in medicine. It's like saying to you, you're faking your English accent, Nicholas. And what are we going to do? We're just going to go, oh, I see you feel that way. I can't even reply when people say Bobby's not doing anything because he's been kicking tail, cleaning up our food system and giving us the answers to the questions. Why are all these kids getting autism? Now we know. Why are all
Absolutely.
these
Yeah.
kids passing away at a young age? Now we know. And he's going to the source, which is God, what a blessing. And I can't wait till he goes, source this, America, source this, world. We're going to pull the fluoride out of the water and put C60 Evo in the water. So, I mean, I would love that, except that it's not water soluble. But the point being, if we could help a lot more people to heal their mind and their body, we'd have a much happier place. And right now, I live in Colorado. We are in cray cray town. That means crazy in America. Crazy, crazy. I live in a sanctuary state right near Boulder, Colorado, which is some of the, how can I say it nicely? The
Um,
lowest intelligence people in city council, in mayoral positions, in Senate positions. They're just enemies. And Monsanto has a real foot in the door in Boulder, Colorado. Pfizer has a real foot in the door because they got a headquarters here, right near the police department. And I remember when I was researching, almost every town that particular company I just mentioned is always within a few blocks of a police department and a Salvation Army. And I went, Boulder is that also. My goodness. So, all these coincidences, all these things that have been loaded into my brain the last 5 years.
mhm.
Oh my gosh. How are we holding all of it in proper compartments and not losing our minds? I know for me, it's because I take C60 Evo and I call it the brain medicine. And when people say, how are you still able to remember all this? I just go, C60 Evo brain. It really, really helps.
Mhm.
And I may have been a nut job when I was in the UFO field, running around in crop circles and, all the woo woo and all the cray cray that was around me, people that had experiences with aliens. And, I would just kind of watch and discern and listen and try and, read people and see if they're even human. I think they all were. But what I have watched in the last bunch of years is probably going to be known in history as the worst presidential, Mr. Biden, um, experience in American history. And it wasn't even Mr. Biden. He was like propped up. It was probably the third term of, I called it Joe Obama.
Mm.
And the 12 years of Joe Obama and Obama really harmed America and the world. And that we just sat there watching herds of people walking into America through the open borders and knowing that they were emptying out their jails and asylums This is why we're cleaning up so much now. And all these people with the TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, now I just call it truth derangement syndrome because they just can't handle it.
Hmm.
People that are hating on Bobby for taking 1,000 products or more out of Walmart because of the colored food dyes that are making their kids sick, and I won't say what other diseases that they're giving their kids, but the toxic food, the chemtrails in the sky, the fluoride in the water, Bobby's nailed all of these. He's exposing them, he's talking about it, and President Trump is being very graceful. He's known all of this all along. And I think the most hopeful thing that I feel with advanced technologies, because I consider this an advanced technology. It's a Nobel Prize winning molecule that's changing people's brains, function, and God, overall well being. And it's like, how does something like that? It's not really it's breakthrough, but it's not like something new. C60 has been around for a long time, but we just didn't know that we could clean it to the point where it would be fabulous for people and pets. And that's what our lab discovered. And that's why we were calling ourselves C60 Evo. It's the evolution from industrial C60 to ESS 60.
Hmm. So tell me about, the restaurants in the US now, and even fast foods. Is Bobby Kennedy clamping down on the ingredients that they're using, like the oils and stuff like that as well? Can you give examples?
Well, the seed oils, pulling them out. And a lot of the restaurants, I think, because of the 5 years of flu gimmick thing that we just lived through, a lot of restaurants died. A lot of businesses died. Now, we've talked about a reset of everything for a very long time. I don't think you're going to get a stronger team than Bobby and Don to get in there and reset everything. And I might be one of the few people in Colorado that's going, yay, cutbacks. You know, don't give Colorado any money because we're not spending it on the right things. And when you've got politicians that love and actually harbor in their homes these illegal immigrants that have killed people, robbed people, carjacked. I mean, it's insurmountable the number of criminal politicians in my state alone. I look at Waltz, I look at Gretchen Whitmer, I look at so many of them. You can line them all up that hate America, and they have large positions. And then you've got some of them that aren't even American citizens, American born. Like, why are they even in Congress? Why are they even in the Senate? Like, these are the people that are causing troubles. And I just finally saw an answer, which was in 1970. Colorado had a mayor, Mayor Lamb. I vaguely remember because I was in Colorado in the 70s going to college. That's how old I am. And it turns out that in 1970 something, this mayor laid out the 8 ways to destroy America. And they've been at it ever since. And it started in Colorado. So no wonder we are a sanctuary state full of really sadly unintelligent people and really bad politicians. But I think we're coming out of it because everybody's waking up. My question is, where's Julian Assange? Like, why isn't he somebody at the White House today? Is he still locked up in England or in
I have
Europe?
no idea. I mean, I would suspect somebody like him in his position. I, I don't think that all the, just because he's Julian Assange, I think there are much important, safer positions that he would be doing behind the scenes, not necessarily on the front lines like we would see in the White House. I think that's just the surface level of what the world stage is. But I think there's a lot that is going on behind the scenes that and I think that's what he would be doing, in my opinion. What
Yeah.
do you think?
Well, I just think with such honor of him that he was one of the first whistleblowers. And your audience probably doesn't know my history, but I used to make crop circle movies and I won a lot of awards. There's one of them back there next to the crystal. I have five of them around the house. They are EBE awards for best film, best musical score in a UFO movie. But I toured with real ufologists, four-star generals, astronauts. I mean, the greatest men I've ever met, some of the greatest women, wise women I've ever met. And I had the best time in the field. I'd show my films, I'd do talks on crop circles. I would take people outside and teach them how to see plasma in the sky. 80% of my audience could see it. It was evolutionary. It was so much fun. And then somebody hit my website with a huge statement. They whacked it, hacked it, and it said, "Telling the truth in times of universal deceit is a revolutionary act." That was 2013. That was
Wow, a long
12
time ago.
years ago. They threatened me. And then they hit 235 stores opened on Amazon that sold my movies so that I couldn't. And then I got five copyright claims on YouTube because, wait a minute, I wrote that song. I wrote that music, but no, they pretended I didn't. So I was up against real enemy forces when Julian was espousing all this incredible data, and then they locked him up. And I didn't get locked up, luckily, but I went through some really ugly stuff. And I had people that went after my life twice. The second one was 5 years ago. A jerk put uranium in my garage, and I barely made it, but Evo was what got me through it. And when I started really pounding this product to heal from uranium, I had lost 25 pounds. I was
Mm.
fainting. It was serious, a lot more serious than what a lot of your audience is dealing with today. But if I made it back from that, I think that your people can make it back from an awful lot. But I don't take a lot of things. And now I'm going to do my own testimonial because Evo saved my life
That's
twice.
good. So
And that's why I'm a
I'm glad.
co-owner.
Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're well. You look very well.
Thank you.
We need you. You're spreading truth and you're doing great stuff with Evo. Why don't you tell us about the great testimonials? With reversing dogs, also pets as well as humans. Why don't you tell us a few testimonials?
I will. It's funny. My best friend was just telling me her dog got so sick yesterday. And I said, "Do you have our C60 Evo for Dogs product?" And she goes, "You make it for dogs?" I said, "Aren't you my best friend?" Best friend. What? And we make it for cats. The cat formula has salmon essence, and the dog formula has bacon. And so the pets are going to love it. But it is the strongest formula, the olive oil, just with a natural seasoning, and the ESS60 molecule. The thing about our products is they're pure, they're natural, there's no other added ingredients. Two different influencers, Inspired Channel, John Nolan had a dog that was passing away, he thought, and he was lethargic, and they had to lift him to go outside. And John B. Wells, Caravan to Midnight, also, it was a coincidence. Both of them put it to the test. And they didn't even know we had the product. But I said, "Let me send you a bottle of this for dogs and give it a go." Both of those dogs are still alive 2 years later. They're both still going for long walks. And the guys were both absolutely amazed because they thought they were going to have to put their pet to sleep. Everybody I know, including my family, has had ridiculous vet bills. I don't know about you, but everybody I know that goes to the vet with their dog or cat, it's like over $1,000 because they test this, they test that, everything's fine, but you still owe me $1,200. When you give your pet Evo, it's kind of like giving your body Evo. I haven't been to a doctor in years, other than I had to get my hips replaced last year. So I went to a doctor for that. But I have avoided doctors because I live in America. I live in Colorado, and I don't trust. I don't trust with what I've known, what I've seen, what I've watched. And now we're seeing a lot of nurses quitting their jobs. I don't know if you've seen videos on that, but nurses are bailing because the guilt of what they were forced to do the last 5 years before Trump came back in has totaled them. And I think, my God, the doctors, what they must be going through. I just wish they just all give them some Evo and say, "I owe you. let me give you this. Let me help you come back because this is 172 times more powerful than vitamin C as an antioxidant. It's an antiviral, it's an anti inflammatory. We have to be careful with those words because, I'll just say it's a total coincidence that people are coming around after taking it. But my two hip replacements were effortless.
Yeah,
Both of them, I came out like, how could I not hurt? I called the doctor the second time. I'm like, I'm on day 4. Why do I not hurt? Like, I don't even feel the stitching hurt. And they said, wow, you're really unusual. I mean, maybe once in a while we get one, but both hips? And I went, yeah. And I knew what the answer was. And I always try and give doctors a bottle of Evo as a sample. And they're still kind of stuck in the old school. They don't want to have true solutions because it takes away from their business. But you know who
exactly.
does want true solutions is Bobby. Bobby.
Exactly. You said something earlier. You said solutions for evolution.
Yeah.
That was a
I,
great saying. I love that. You
I
know,
think this is the solution for evolution because people are going to have to really clean up their brains from what we've been through. This has been like playing badminton in your head, you know, you know, that we went through 5 years, 4 years of the political circus of people that were men dressing as women, at the White House. We had the head of our military nuclear waste stealing women's luggage at the airport because he was a cross dresser and he saw some famous designer and just stole it. This is the quality of what was running America for the last bunch of years. And when people, I mean, I feel like I have a real advantage because I take the product every day and I don't forget anything.
mm,
I also can do deeper research than I've ever done in my life. And somehow I also don't get mad easily. Like once you get your brain clean of all this toxicity from all these different things, you're going to be amazed at how smooth you feel in life. And that's why I say evolution, the solution to evolution is a clear mind and a connection to your heart. And having your brain clean is a shocking, shocking thing to move into when we've been so confused all these years.
absolutely. Well, I'm a big taker of the olive oil. I think I'm going to leave the link below in the description so you guys can have access to it. It's absolutely amazing. Um, it actually helps with my brain fog. It helps me sleep better. I get vivid dreams as well. So I think you should definitely try it out. But again, you should do your own research. We are not financial advisors. We're not health advisors. I just have to say that. But the link will be below in the description. Patty, thank you very much for today, for sharing everything with us today. Is there anything else that you'd like to say to the viewers before we finish?
I would love to invite you all to take advantage of our discounts because I know everybody's going through financial this, that, and the other thing. But I do want to mention that it is a very expensive process to make. And when people initially look at $100 for a month, they think, oh my God, but what do you spend on supplements that probably don't work? If you cut out half of those and you invest in a bottle of Evo, you're going to be probably quite amazed at the benefits that you'll feel quickly. We offer 20% off if you sign up for a monthly subscription. And I think our recent number was 70% of our sales are resubscribes. Like people just don't quit once they get on it. You'll save 20%. If you buy a case, and we sell lots of cases, you'll get 25% off. And if you buy any of our sets, which are, we put together the Inside and Out set, which is our best sellers, our facial serum, which is ridiculously good, and the olive oil edible, and you get 15% off. So 15, 20, 25%. But no matter what, when you go to the link below, you will get another discount from Nicholas. His private code will get you 10% off at checkout, no matter how many other discounts you get. And with Christmas coming up, I want to mention that everything we send looks like it's gift wrapped. This is our rich body cream. Absolutely beautiful. I gave it as a Halloween present yesterday. It is the best smelling body lotion in the
Mm,
world. and it comes in this beautiful wrap. Our facial serum comes in this beautiful box. Just a lovely gift to give somebody for Christmas. Get one for yourself. So that's all I've got is the evolution. The solution to evolution is to be well and get your brain on fire. Wake up.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, Patty. And the link is below in the description. Guys, click on it, have a look, and try it out. Let me know what you think in the comments. And Patty, we'll speak again very soon. You take care and God bless. Bye bye.
Thank you.